Welcome to the Effortless English Show with the world's #1 English teacher, AJ Hoge, where AJ's more than 40 million students worldwide finally learn English once and for all, without the boring textbooks, classrooms, and grammar drills. Here's AJ with a quick piece to help you learn to speak fluent English effortlessly.
Hi, I'm AJ Hoge, the author of Effortless English. Learn to speak English like a native. Join my VIP program. Speak English fluently. Speak English confidently. Speak powerfully. Think in English. Speak English effortlessly. Join, commit to my VIP program today. Join my VIP program today at effortlessenglishclub.com. Go to effortlessenglishclub.com. Talking to you today from Japan, right? No, not from Japan. Nope. Today I'm in Guam, talking to you from the island of Guam, the tropical island of Guam. Had a very enjoyable and relaxing day today. Went swimming and snorkeling in the ocean. Saw a lot of colorful fish. Went for a long walk. And basically just relaxed and enjoyed the sunny warm weather and the beautiful blue ocean. During the day, the ocean is kind of a turquoise color. Turquoise is a color, it's kind of a light blue color. A very light blue. There's actually a stone, a light blue stone that's called a turquoise. And from that, we have the color, which we also call turquoise. So it's that color, it's the same color as that stone. The American Indians, some American Indians, I think it was the Navajo tribe, would use that stone for decoration in a lot of their jewelry, for example. Turquoise. So that is the color of the ocean here on Guam during the daytime. So beautiful, very nice. Let's talk about concentration. Concentration. This is a master skill. A master skill. There are certain skills in life I would call master skills because these master skills, they affect many other skills. Another way to say this might be foundational skills or core, C-O-R-E, core skills, right at the center. I believe education, true education, real education, effective education, should teach these core skills. Core skills are the most important to learn for children and young adults. Much more important than specific skills. Our modern education, our modern way of thinking is completely backwards. We try to focus on specific, right? Specializing much too much, much too early. The skill of concentration, and it is a skill. It's not a trait that's genetic that you're born with. Of course, some children may, at a young age, seem to have more natural ability to concentrate, and others are more distracted. But in general, most little kids are quite distracted. But this is a skill because it's something that can be practiced and trained and developed in anybody. So no matter how much a child naturally is good at concentration, they can get better. And this is also true for adults, of course. The same thing. Why is concentration a master skill? Because it affects so many things, right? Like we could talk about golf, the ability to hit a golf ball. That's a specific skill, right? It's a very specific skill, hitting a golf ball. If you can hit a golf ball, that's great, and you will enjoy playing golf. If you can hit a golf ball well, you have a very good golf swing. However, it's not a master skill because that skill will not help you in other areas of life. Not so much. And if you're good at swinging a golf club, you're good at golf, you're good at that skill, hitting a golf ball, it will not help you really with, with math. It won't help you with business. It won't help your social life. It won't help you learning languages. It won't help you with fighting and self-defense. It won't help you as a parent, right? It really doesn't help you in any other areas. It's a specific skill. That's fine, but it's not going to help you in other areas of life very much, right? It's a very specific skill. And the same is true, let's say, playing guitar. Same idea. Playing guitar that's fine. It's a good skill, enjoyable skill, but it's not going to help you in most of those other areas of life. Again, it's a specific skill. But the very, very, very general skill, foundational skill, master skill of concentration, this is a skill that will affect all areas of your life, or at least many, 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 many areas of life. If you have the skill of concentration, if you can really, really concentrate strongly, powerfully, and for a long time, this skill will help you learn any other skill more easily. It will help you in so many other areas of life, right? If you have a very powerful, strong ability to concentrate, well then, your English listening will be better. This will help you with English listening because you can focus on an English audio very, 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 very powerfully and for a long, long, long time, longer than most people. Because of that, you would listen longer and you would listen better than most other people, and therefore you would improve. You would learn and improve much faster. Your English listening ability would get better. And indeed, this would help you with your speaking ability also. Same when you join Effortless English. You're an Effortless English member, a VIP member, for example, listening to the lessons. Right? Some people have the ability to concentrate for about an hour. They can concentrate on those audios for an hour, but then their brain gets tired, their energy seems to drop, and an hour is enough. Like an hour is their limit, their concentration limit, that ability. But others have the ability, they develop the ability to concentrate, to really focus on those lessons for 3 hours per day. Quite obviously, they will improve much faster, 3 times faster. So this ability to concentrate is very powerful. But you see, it's not just English. Again, what if you want to learn music? You want to learn how to play the guitar. Again, the ability to concentrate, to focus powerfully for a long time. This will help you learn and practice the guitar better and longer than most other people. Therefore, you'll learn it better and faster than most other people. This will help you learn math when you're studying math. This will help you reading books. Again, some people, they can only focus on reading, especially reading something a little difficult. Some people can only do that for about 30 minutes. Some people, sadly, can only do that for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then they get frustrated or distracted or tired and they stop reading. Well, imagine if you can do it for 4 hours or 5 hours without getting tired. With that pure concentration. Imagine how many more books you would read, and therefore how much more you would learn. Even in real life learning from experience. Again, the ability to concentrate. If you can concentrate, you can focus on watching somebody. And you watch them carefully and study them to learn from them. Again, if you can concentrate very strongly, very powerfully, with a lot of focus, and for a long time, then your ability to observe, to watch, to learn will be much, much better than most people's. So can you see how this ability to concentrate affects almost all learning, probably all learning? This is why I call it a master skill. This is why I believe we should teach children and young adults and adults this skill. This should come first. This should be the first priority. It should be right at the top of our education goals when we're teaching people. It's much more important to learn to concentrate well for a long time. That's more important than the specific skills of some specific math skills, for example, or some specific vocabulary, or something like that, or memorizing some facts from science or history or something. Those are very specific skills. They're not very important. They can be learned at any time. But the ability to concentrate, this will create a powerful, independent learner for life. So we should be teaching and training children how to concentrate longer and longer and longer and longer. We should be teaching young adults, including high school and university age, young adults, how to concentrate more powerfully, right? In a more focused way, for longer and longer and longer periods of time, and yes, indeed, adults too. Our modern society, it gets worse. Schools don't teach us, but our modern society really now is set up by society. I really am talking about media and technology. There are powerful forces that are destroying the ability to concentrate, that are making it weaker and more difficult for children and adults to concentrate. Overall, the level of concentration ability in the world, in our societies, the general average ability to concentrate, to focus, is worse. It's gotten worse, right? It's much worse than 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Much, much, much worse. And judging by the many old books I have read and the old stories I have read, it's much, 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 much worse than, let's say, 100 years ago, 150 years ago. Our ability to concentrate in general has gone down, 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 become weaker and weaker and weaker. And this is one reason I believe people have become stupider and stupider and stupider. TV, I believe, was the first big destroyer of concentration, the big distractor, right? It's because we have so many distractions now, so many things that break our concentration, that distract us, that encourage us to constantly be changing what we're doing or seeing, right? Constant changes in stimulation, not focused on one thing for a long time, right? Television really just help to destroy this, to destroy our ability to focus. And television has gotten worse and worse and worse. If you go back and watch some of the early television from the 1950s, things like I Love Lucy in America, these kind of a comedy show, very old. If you watch that, it still was very distracting, right? It's the editing, it's the way they're constantly changing what you are seeing visually, right? It requires less concentration than a book. But if you compare those old TV shows to TV shows now, wow, it has gotten so much worse. Now the picture changes every second. Every couple seconds, it's a new picture, a new picture, a new picture, a new picture. It's constantly loud sounds and movement, right? It's constant changes visually and with sound. So it's constant distraction and change, which, if you watch it a lot, trains your brain to want and need distraction. And it does the opposite. It weakens and destroys your ability to focus, to concentrate. This is especially dangerous with young minds, children, teenagers. Very, 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 very dangerous. And of course, same with movies, videos of any kind of modern video entertainment. It's the same thing, the same problem. Of course, the second big killer of concentration ability is more recent, and that is the cell phone, specifically smartphones, where again, we're constantly being interrupted and distracted by these devices which we now carry with us everywhere. It's like we're carrying a little television with us everywhere we go, and it rings and breaks our concentration, right? I mean, I can't tell you how frustrating I find it to go out with people, for example, and try to have a conversation, just a normal conversation, and constantly people are getting their phones, looking at their phones are ringing, they're getting up to call someone or talk to someone, right? They can't stay focused on the conversation face to face. It's a big problem. There's also an opportunity there. The good news is, as other people become super distracted and they lose their ability to concentrate, it becomes easier to compete against them. They are becoming weaker and weaker, which means it's easier to be stronger than them. It's easier to have a higher level of concentration than most people, because most people's level now is so terribly low. So you need to turn the phones off and avoid all those distracting videos, TV, movies, and train your ability to concentrate. Train it. As I said, it's a skill that can be developed. Let's talk about how to do that. A couple easy ways to build, to strengthen your concentration like a muscle. The first way, very easy and enjoyable way, is reading. Reading requires concentration, right? You've got to use your eyes. You're going word by word in the book. You have to use your concentration to understand the words and then to imagine what the book is describing, right? It's not done for you like in a video. They just show it to you. It requires no effort from your brain. But with a book, you read it, and then you have to imagine what the words are saying. You have to create that image in your mind, and that requires some focus and some concentration. If you're reading more serious books, meaning more deep books, more meaningful books, well, then this requires even more concentration, because now you have to concentrate on the ideas and understanding not only the words, but the ideas, understanding them and holding them in your mind, so keeping that focus and concentration. So reading is an excellent way to train your concentration. Reading every single day and gradually increasing the length of your reading. So if you're only reading 15 minutes a day, increase it to 20 or 25 minutes a day. And then a month later, increase it again to 30 minutes a day, right? And then 45 minutes a day, and then an hour, and then maybe up to 2 hours a day at one time with no break. That really helps you develop that strong ability to concentrate. Reading is a great way to do it. And with young people, they can just be reading things they enjoy, just fun stories and things like that, because it still is much better than letting your children watch television or videos. Television and videos are poison for their minds. Poison. But books are much better. Books will help them to develop their imagination, their ability to visualize, and their ability to concentrate and stay focused. Excellent skills. Reading. Now, as a language learner, listening is a great one. But listening without video. Again, no images. So listening to audiobooks, listening to a podcast like this. In fact, this is one reason that I am returning more and more towards audio again. So sometimes I do videos, I do a video show once a week about, and I've got some videos in some of my VIP lessons. I'll have a video sometimes, and I've got a few videos in my Power English course. But generally, my courses are audio based without the video. And the reason is this, because it does help you to develop your ability to concentrate, to focus, to listen, and to learn. It's a better learning method. And especially for language learning, you don't really need to see my face all the time. It's just distracting. By only listening, you have to focus a little bit more. You have to concentrate just a little bit more, and that will help you actually learn. This will build your concentration ability. This will increase your ability to understand and learn in the long run. So listening to audiobooks are a great way to do that too. And the third and final, and probably the best and most powerful way to increase your concentration, to really train it directly, is meditation. Meditation means different things to different people. There are different methods of doing it. Probably the simplest ones for beginners, even not for beginners, just for anybody, is just the simple breathing mindfulness meditation, where you focus on your breath. You sit down in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and you focus on your breathing going in and out of your nose. And you focus on that one spot because this forces you to concentrate even more, right? To focus in on a smaller area. Right? Just the tip of your nose where the air is going in and out, just at the bottom of your nose there. And that's all you do. You sit and you try to focus on just that one thing. That is pure concentration. That is pure, powerful concentration. You try to focus all of your mind, all of your energy, all of your awareness on just that and only that. Nothing else. Concentrating super powerfully and noticing every little feeling as the air goes in and out of your nose right there at the tip of your nose. And you just breathe. You don't try to breathe more deeply. You don't try to breathe more quickly. You don't try to breathe in any way. You just let yourself breathe normally. Just let it happen, and you're just observing and concentrating on noticing. Pure concentration. Very, very, very simple. It's hard to imagine something more simple. That's super simple. But if you've tried it, then you know, not easy. I've talked about this technique and other techniques of meditation before, and most of them are very, very simple, but they are not easy, because what you discover is how good really are you at concentrating. This will test it. If you want to know, try it. Sit down somewhere comfortably, close your eyes, someplace quiet, just where you can be alone. Focus all your concentration on the tip of your nose. And maybe notice that you can set a timer, or just notice the time when you start. And then focus on just that. Just sit there, concentrating completely on your breathing, going in and out at your nose. And keep going until you become distracted, until you lose your concentration, until you forget to observe your breathing, right? Which it happens in different ways. Maybe some thought will pop into your head about something, and you'll start thinking about it. Maybe something you need to do later. Oh, I need to go to the store. And you start thinking about going to the store, and you realize, oh no, I'm thinking about the store now. I forgot. I'm not concentrating on my breathing. I'm not focused on my breathing anymore. My concentration is broken. Sometimes your concentration will be broken by some feeling like, oh, my back hurts. There's a little pain in my back. And you'll notice your concentration will move. You'll become distracted by the pain in your back. And you'll focus on that. And now you're not concentrating on your breathing anymore. Your concentration is broken. It can happen in many, many different ways. Typically, it's just some thought that pops in your head, and then you're thinking about it, past or future, or imagining something, whatever, and your concentration's broken. You're not focused on the breathing anymore. So here's the test. When you finally realize your concentration's broken, open your eyes and see how much time passed. How much time? How much time did you stay completely focused on just breathing without distraction? How long were you able to purely, completely concentrate just on your breathing at your nose? How long could you go before the concentration was broken, before you were distracted? This is a very clear and easy test to show you your concentration ability. Try it. Try it. Tell me online. In fact, tell me on Twitter or Gab if it comes back. Tell me the result of this little test. I'll do it too. But I already know from past experience, it's surprisingly short. You might even say depressingly short. You might be shocked a little bit about how little concentration you actually have. You may think of yourself, oh, I have good concentration. I can really focus. I can read really well, and I'm good at focusing on things. And then you try this little test, and you're like, oh my gosh, it was only a few minutes. Only a few minutes, and I'm distracted so quickly. That's what most people do. For most people, it is a very, very fast moment until they are distracted. A very short time, and then they're distracted. But that's okay. Don't get depressed, because the next part, what makes meditation powerful, why it's great training for concentration, why it's the best training, is what you do is after you're distracted, then you realize you're distracted. That's important, because sometimes you're distracted and you're thinking about something else and you don't even realize it for a while. And then finally you kind of wake up and you realize, oh no, I'm thinking about something else. I forgot to focus on my breathing. So you realize it. That's step 2. So what do? Very simple. Step 3, you just focus again on your breathing. Let go of that distracting thought. Let go of it, let it go, and bring your whole mind, all your concentration, all your focus back again to the tip of your nose and the breathing, the breath, going in and out, in and out. Bringing that concentration back again. That's the training part. That's the training part, because you'll do this again and again and again and again. This will happen many, many times. And what you start to do eventually is make a habit, an automatic habit, that when you get distracted, you realize it, and then you concentrate again. And then you concentrate, and your concentration will get longer. Eventually, it'll get a bit longer. But then you'll become distracted. But the second good news, you'll wake up faster. You'll realize it sooner. I'm distracted again, and you'll bring it back faster. And in this way, number one, you're able to concentrate longer. And number two, you recover faster. In this way, your overall ability to focus, to concentrate, will become much, much, much stronger. You'll get this superpower. You'll develop this superpower. And what's so great is, as you develop this superpower in time, you'll notice, if you're a student, your studies will become much better. You can study for a shorter time and get better results. Why? Well, because before you were distracted. So maybe before you studied, you would sit down and study for a test for 3 hours, but most of that time you were distracted. You study and then you look at something else. You study a little, then you're thinking about something else. You're not really fully using that 3 hours. So it's a huge waste of time. But when you can fully concentrate the whole time, well, then maybe you only need 1 hour, because during that 1 hour, you are only focused on study and nothing else. You're not wasting time with a lot of other thoughts and distractions. So you study a shorter time, but you get a better result on your tests. Same with work. You become more productive. I know this myself. I can sit around and work all day. I can work for 8 hours and get very little done. Not productive. Right? It's 8 hours of work, but not a lot happening. Right? Because I'm not focused. I'm constantly getting distracted, looking at other things. Check email. Call somebody on the phone. Just think about other stuff. On the other hand, I've noticed when I really focus, and I mean super focused, I can get so much work done in just one day. It's amazing. The best example of this is when I rent a recording studio, a professional studio. Like if I'm going to record, when I recorded my Power English course, for example, I rented and also my pronunciation course, same thing. Both those courses, I rented a professional studio, recording studio, so I had to pay for every hour. So I just walk in there and record, and there was a guy there, just like musicians, it's the same idea. Well, because I'm paying for every hour, I don't have time to sit around, no time to waste. So I would come to the studio, everything was planned, everything was ready, and they would say, okay, start, record. And I just would record and record and record and record. I'd finish one lesson, drink some water, go to the bathroom, come back, record again. I finished those whole courses in just a few days. I recorded the whole course in just a few days, in less than a week. Recording all day long. Super concentrated, almost no time wasted, almost no distractions, because I was there in a studio. There's nothing else to do. I'm in a professional studio. It's an empty room with a microphone. Nothing else to do, nothing else to look at, nothing to do except focus, concentrate, and do the work. And when I do that, I can get a huge amount finished in a very short amount of time. You can too. Most of the time, people complain about time management. I've had people ask me about, hey Jay, how can I manage my time better? You don't need more time. What you need to manage is your concentration. Because I guarantee, if you feel you're too busy, you don't have enough time, you can't get enough finished, right? I don't have enough time to finish everything. That's not true. I guarantee the problem is your concentration. You're wasting huge amounts of time every day being distracted. If you focused 100% every minute on what you were doing or what you needed to do, you would get so much done. I know this from working at companies too. Most people, they're just wasting so much time. They look busy. A lot of people will kind of look busy. They'll be sitting at a computer looking busy, but they're not focused on getting the real work done. They're distracted. They're looking at the internet. They're dreaming about things. They're chatting with other people. They're constantly distracted. So try the test. Try the meditation test. See how long can you go before you become distracted the first time. And then if you really want to improve this skill, this super powerful master skill, then meditate every day. You can start 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, something like that. And see how quickly your concentration improves, and see how this improves many, many other areas of your life. Train your concentration. Right? At Effortless English, I'm always talking about training, not just learning, but training, just like with your English. Not just learning English, but training your ability to listen, to understand faster, and then eventually to speak. Okay, a little bit shorter today because I'm relaxing here on the island of Guam. Hope you're having a great week. I'll be here several more days, and I'll keep doing some shows here from Guam. I'll see if I can get out to the beach. Maybe I'll record a show out at the beach for you. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. As always, go to effortlessenglishclub.com. Join my VIP program and train your English every month. Commit. Month after month. Commit. Join my VIP program. Speak English powerfully. Speak English fluently. Think in English. Speak English effortlessly. Go to effortlessenglishclub.com. Go now to effortlessenglishclub.com.